I first told my father, he was against me participating in the protests. I told him that that's what I'm passionate for, and I will follow my passion.
So we began the project in 2009 when manipulated presidential elections in Iran. It was the first time we were really witnessing some kind of people's uprising that was for us very touching and very striking, because of course we come from Iran. We have this refugee background also, and we were sitting in front of the computer and watching YouTube videos of young Iranians who were fighting for their freedom and for the basic human rights, and who were killed on the streets, very young people. So we thought, okay, we cannot just sit around and do nothing, and we have to do a project to help show all these atrocities and all these, human rights violations. And this was the first idea, which was the starting point for Everyday Rebellion. So then back then it was just focused on Iran. And while we were developing the project, suddenly history was happening with the Arab Spring and Spain and Greece and so on. So we said, okay, wait, there is what we see here in the media, the protests and the killings and all these things. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There was one common goal to all these movements, and also methods that were shared by them. And all these methods were kind of combined by one idea, and this was non-violence. So soon we found this idea that we really liked as a pacifist family, to stick to non-violent resistance. And then we went to Spain and went to New York and went here and there and just found the film and found the ideal theme of it.
So what we witnessed was a horizontal movement without a leader, without a clear strategy, and this was visible in Iran 2009, but then continued there. It was cracked down, but then it continued to happen in Arab Spring, and then in Spain, which became the biggest civil society movement of our time. And that was it was a role model and inspiration for the Occupy movement. The Occupy movement started in New York and spread very quickly around the world. And so we could witness a new way of revolt, a new way of uprisings. And we realized that there is a pattern in these successful movements, and this is the fact that they don't have leaders and clear strategy, but they are kicking the asses of dictators, big regimes. No one expected that in such a short time, so many things are going to happen. And for us, it was a learning process. So in the beginning, it was only about Iran, and then we realized it's much bigger, and it's a universal thing, and it's some things that in these movements happen are inspiring each other, and people are using the same tactics. For example, in Iran, they write their slogans and they do stuff on money. Then we thought, what a great idea the Iranians have, and then we realized it's an old idea that the Chileans had end of the 70s, and maybe some other people. So this brought us more and more into the circle of civil resistance and nonviolent activities. Then we we met Srđan Popović from the Otpor movement in Serbia. They overthrew Milosevic with these methods, and he and other theologians like Erika Chenoweth are traveling around the world and teaching activists how to do it. And there are tactics that you can learn actually, and it's like it became more and more a fascinating topic, because in the meantime it's proven that it's scientifically proven that it's more successful to have a non-violent rebellion than a violent rebellion. And what is also very interesting is that all the rulers and the dictators, every time when there is an uprising in their country, they pretend that it's from outside. People from outside manipulated the masses and so on. But the reality is only violent uprisings can be led from outside or manipulated, and you can bring, I don't know, thousands of soldiers or whatever inside a country and do something. Non-violent uprisings need a lot of people, and they cannot be, you cannot force 22 million Egyptians to demonstrate on the street. You cannot pay them. And so this was a great thing. You cannot import revolutions or non-violent uprisings. You have to convince people to want this change, and you have to convince the people who are part of the pillars of support of a society, like police, bureaucratic people, and so on, to come on your side. So this is a fascinating topic, and that's why we thought, okay, let's do the ultimate project about this, so other people can also be fascinated and learning from it.
They are always trying to kill us or to put us in jail. It's pointless, because we will keep revolutioning. We will never stop.
Creo que puedo cambiarlo. Sal con nosotros. Es tu derecho.
Congress shall make no law